Feeling like it's me against the world, but I can give a f who my opponent is.
He drills it from deep.
I entered this game and I came here to change it. Big my belief, now they calling me dangerous. Taking the throne and I'm gonna maintain it. I gotta go down as just one of the greatest.
Takes flight. Going down. Clear the deck. Deck cleared.
Welcome, everyone, to a brand new season of NBA basketball. I'm sure you're as excited as all of us are here at 2K Sports as we get ready to start the season in style. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. DA, take it away.
Thank you, guys. The modern NBA certainly owes a debt to those 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns of the early 2000s. Steve Nash at the controls, Amari Stoudemire at the rim, and Sean Marion doing some of everything. Most teams just couldn't keep up. And Kevin, it was clear they set the trend for the pace and space style that we see today.
So exciting to see. No doubt about it, David. Thanks. So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. At the guard positions, it's Doncic and Hardaway Jr. Up front, it's Finney-Smith at the 4, with Wood at the 5. And it's Bullock in at the small forward. And for the Suns, Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Ayton is the pivot, and Crowder slides in at the 4. And it's Bridges in at the 3, the small forward. And opening day is here. So what are these players right now, Greg, feeling as they tip off this brand new season?
Mostly excitement. I mean, this is their first chance to showcase all the hard work they put in during the offseason.
Chris Paul is always thinking pass first. So good at finding his teammates, especially when they're open.
And that one drops.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You gladly take those.
Here's Ayton. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Ayton's got his second basket of the game.
And using that 7'5" wingspan, putting it back off the miss, one of Ayton's specialties.
Took him no time at all on that one.
Nice bucket. Still, strange to go to the leaner with no one on him. That's just not an easy shot.
For his position, DeAndre Ayton is exceptionally well equipped.
Yeah, are you talking about those long arms, that 7'6" wingspan? Yeah, those will help you knock away a few shots or pluck down a few rebounds out of the air. That is no question.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Booker outside. Down low. The kick out to Crowder. And it's off from three-point range. The Mavericks have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. And Finney-Smith gets it to go.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Ball looking over the floor. Takes it inside. Drops in the layup for 2.
I love how creative Paul is at penetrating inside. Talented at reading angles and exploiting the holes in the D.
Here's Doncic. And he banks in the layup. Doncic has got 8.
How about he has yet to miss 4-4 to start.
Paul passes to Ayton. The kick out to Crowder. Booker with no one around. No good on the triple.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
To the middle, Finney-Smith. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
He gets that one.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
The Mavericks leading. The 3 for Doncic. Crowder pulls it in. And so it's Crowder with it. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. And, of course, this is the first they're seeing of Dallas.
And they swept this club in the regular season, but ended up falling to them in the playoffs.
And Hardaway gets it to go. 12 seconds left to play here in the first. Here's Booker. Ball outside. Takes a three. A shot off that time. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be right back after this.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Suns Youth Dance Team.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And what do you think, guys, about Dallas here in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
Sarge and Johnson are on the block. Landry Shamet is out there with Cameron Payne. And it's Craig in at the 3 slot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming year.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
Driving the lane. That one falls. Berton's got the lead up to 5 now for the Mavs. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs it's all about finding the right fit for the role players.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you can see them look a lot like the Harden-era Rockets.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thanks, Kevin. It is hard to forget the crazy draft night for Bridges in 2018. Drafted 10th by his hometown Sixers, his mom was an employee with the team. But he was traded an hour later to Phoenix. He says it was tough, but once I came here, I loved it. The group of guys we had, I knew I wanted to be here. And they are sure glad they got him, Kevin.
They are indeed, no doubt. DA, thank you. The 3 from Bertans, offensive rebound. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Inside, here's Sharch. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And how about capitalizing there in close? Sarge has the touch to take advantage from just about anywhere.
So for the Suns, Mikal Bridges comes in for Torrey Craig. And it's Booker in for Landry Shamet. For 3, Bullock drops in the tray.
Reggie Bullock.
Bullock's got himself on the board with 3 there.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
On the wing, Johnson. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Here's Ntilikina. Shot from 12. That's good on the jump shot.
A welcome sign. Ntilikina has the form and touch. Needs to keep draining these mid-range jumpers.
Now here's Payne. 7-point differential. George, that's good.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here's Dinwiddie. Another 3 for Dallas.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
And it's because they're not playing in a rush. They're just letting their shots come naturally within the flow of the offense.
Sharch, and he makes good on the layup. Sharch has got 8 points.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
About 3 seconds between shot and game clock. Here's Dinwiddie, and the Mavericks getting another bucket right there.
That's more than enough space for him to get that shot up.
Suns trail by 8. Booker outside. And there's Payne. That's good on the assist by Booker. Payne's got his first 2 points of the night.
Great decision making from Booker, realizing one of his guys is open and whips the pass to him.
1 second left, and Johnson lays it in.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And that's it for the first half of action in what's been a very close game here. Mavericks ahead, up by 4. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Jason Kidd. Jason, how do you feel about your team's performance?
I feel great. You know, we're sharing the ball, we're making the extra pass, but we're attacking the paint. And if we can continue to do that, puts us in a good seat.
Jason, thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Okay, David, much appreciated. And now time for halftime. So we'll be back in just a bit to get the third quarter underway.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out. Some exciting games in store for us. Shaq, rate your level of excitement on a scale from 1 to 1,000,000.
I'm going to go with 900,000, 800,000, 750,000.
Final answer? Okay. Incorrect.
Well, I'm glad you didn't ask me.
And moving on now, the Mavericks are in the thick of it. A very competitive game so far.
You look at their stats. They're shooting it well. Love the ball movement. They're getting guys open and taking the right shots.
Some smart basketball from them in the first half. A joy to watch here in the studio. That is more than enough of us. Let's send you back to the game. Kevin Harlan and crew with the second half.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. You have to like what you're seeing from Luka Doncic.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
We know the league's cracking down on those dangerous plays that risk a player's health. Why was that less of a focus when you played?
That's a great question. I think it's smarter to approach the game this way. We don't want to have unnecessary injuries because of guys maybe just taking it a little too far with the physicality.
Getting underway in the second half, here's the 5 for Jason Kidd. Up front, it's Finney Smith at the 4, with Wood at the 5. At the guard positions, it's Doncic and Hardaway Jr., and it's Bullock in at the 3 spot.
Well, guys, look, the Phoenix Suns ended the regular season on a high note last year. They finished first in the Western Conference, a feat they hadn't accomplished in a bit of time. That's a guy you want taking shots, a quality offensive player.
Now, Booker still looking for his first bucket in this one. The shot's good from Paul. In 2004, the Phoenix Suns clinched the top spot in the Western Conference, and they're about ready to do it again.
Yeah, and that was the Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire days, and that was practically 2 decades ago. But the Suns have earned this top spot. They have been putting in the hard work with this young core and grinding out all these games.
Is that 7 seconds or less?
Yes, sir.
And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. The lead is 2.
And they have been cold coming out of the break, only getting one of their first 4 shots to drop this half. Got to pick it up.
That gives them the lead. Bridges got 5 minutes.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
That ball is good for another field goal. His 6th. He is 6 for 9 on the stat sheet.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
In the corner, Crowder with it. Here's Ayton, and that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. Ayton's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Dallas calls timeout. Cameron Johnson's checked in for Phoenix. Torrey Craig comes in for Devin Booker, and the Mavericks will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Christian Wood. Mike Powell comes in for Reggie Bullock. Ntilikina, he's checked in for Hardaway. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Luka Doncic. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. You know, Richard, we don't talk about it much, but Chris Paul's free throw shooting has always been rock solid.
Yeah, we're not going to see teams use a hack-a-Paul strategy, that's for sure. He's been 90% or over multiple times in his career.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Landry Shamet comes in for Bridges, and Cameron Payne subbed in for Chris Paul. That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
They had a nice score that came from just attacking the rim. Huge play in this hotly contested game.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there, no box out.
Yeah, you think you got to stop, and it's wasted because of sloppy work on the glass. You literally practice that every day.
Now here's Dinwiddie. Following the miss by DeAndre Ayton. And that one drops for him. Dinwiddie's got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
Now, here's Shannon. Johnson, wide open, he fires. Offline with his three. McGee against Ayton. McGee's shot is off.
And this will be the last possession of the quarter if they're patient.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how that plays out.
Good. Ayton's got 4 points in the quarter.
I love the confidence. Ayton knows he must continue to hone his jumper, especially shooting it off the catch. Hey guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Some impressive scoring, and we still have 1 quarter to go. Who will gain the upper hand in the fourth? And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us.
And please give a big round of applause.
And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
A lot of times a spectacular pass is more impressive than a spectacular shot. This is one of those times.
We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Ball and Booker, the talented backcourt pair. Up and forward, they'll have Bridges and Crowder. And it's Saric in at the center position. That's who's out there for Phoenix.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
A stop or two in the next minute or so, and they could even this game up. Great job to keep battling.
And he gets it to go. And that's 10 points for Dario Saric.
This is Paul's game. A pass-first point guard who excels at setting up his teammates.
Here's Wood. The shot's good on the assist by Doncic.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Yeah, it's clear why they go to him in these moments. They know he's going to deliver for him.
Saric passes to Crowder. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
Yeah, but I think it's going to come down to who can get the stops down the stretch, because that's who's going to come away with this one.
There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swing.
Now, here's Doncic. Good on the shot.
A great disruptor of the basketball. Luka taking matters into his own hands tonight. Great to see him play like this.
Dinwiddie against Booker. In the corner, it's Bridges. And the three off target. The Mavericks have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Here's Hardaway. And Dallas again with the bucket.
Boy, where's the effort defensively? You have got to put up a better fight.
Yeah, these teams have kind of decided to fight this battle. Scoring alone, there's not that much intensity on defense.
The pressure is on, but Booker can handle it. He just has to trust himself.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Mavericks. Some changes for Phoenix. Ayton, he's checked in for Saric, and Johnson subbed in for Jay Crowder. Then for the Mavericks, Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Maxi Kleber, and it's Reggie Bullock in for Dinwiddie.
And in a close game like this, they can really rely on him to take care of business at the line.
Wood, and terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2. Wood's got 6 in the quarter.
Just terrific poise by Wood. Good work in that important stretch of this game. They needed that bucket.
Phoenix calls timeout. They're trailing by 2. 1:04 left in the game. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey guys, I had a chance to listen to what Monty Williams discussed with his players. This game is obviously close, could go either way, and he wanted to make sure that his guys were all on the same page and were all staying with the game plan in order to close this one out.
Thank you, David.
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Pass to Hardaway. Good!
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
Here's Booker. Tim Hardaway making his last shot.
It is a shame to see a high percentage look go to waste. He'll be hearing about this one in the locker room, I'm sure.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
27 seconds left in the fourth, and he commits the intentional foul.
Second team foul.
He hits the first one, and that makes it a 3-point lead.
A prime-time player. Doncic loves these moments. All eyes on Luka.
Gets them to fall, and those are huge free throws. It's now a two-possession game.
And the Suns call time. They're behind by 4. 26 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Phoenix with the ball. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. No good from Booker. They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
Shooting for Dallas. Kristen Wood at the line for 2.
And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss.
And this is where we see Wood accepting more of a leadership role. He takes pride in this.
And he does get the second one. And that puts them up by 5.
No time to waste on this possession.
Clock working against them right now.
Kicks it out to Johnson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Second personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line.
Gets the first. That increases their lead to 6.
2 shots.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line. And it's a 7-point game. 9 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pass to Johnson. Looking to end the run. No good that time. And so it's Dallas winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had to work for this win.
That's a good point. I mean, weaker teams might have buckled at the end, with the crowd amped up, everyone in the building kind of rooting against you, but they stood tall and pulled it out.
Well said. And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Kevin, thank you. Hey, Luka, another win for you, but the games keep coming. So what's the most important thing for this team to establish?
I mean, compete, you know, the way we compete today from the start till the end. The game is never over, and just compete.
I think it's important that you compete. Congrats on the win, man. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And now our New Balance player of the game, Luka Doncic.
Of a poet. That money is good, but it's new here. I'm trying so hard not to blow it. Cause all of my friends walk around and they icy, pricey. But when it come to me, I prefer just a tee and some Nikes. I might be running from changes, I like how it is. Easy to cover the life that I live. Still ain't got used to the sight from the crib.